let us turn to the other conflict at the moment in Gaza, because that is where it is much harder to reach an agreement and a ceasefire. Earlier, senior Hamas officials told the BBC that there were intensifying efforts to try to mediate and reach progress on reaching a ceasefire, and that despite the fact that on Wednesday the Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza said that 45 people were killed that day alone. Let's bring in our Gaza correspondent Rushdie Abu-Alouf. Rushdie, tell us more about the deaths in the last 24 hours. Are they also from people who were queuing for aid distribution?
Yeah, Mark, another day of war in Gaza. Since midnight, the Hamas-run Civil Defense Agency said about 19 people were killed. 3 of them were near the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation Center in central Gaza. 3 bodies were taken to hospital and 35 people were injured. The 19 people were killed also in different places. The biggest attack was in a school in Sheikh Ridwan area in Gaza City, where about 9 people were killed. Another incident in the middle in Nusayrat camp, and 1 airstrike in Khan Yunis that killed 5 people. Yesterday, there was about 70 trucks of food were allowed into southern Gaza. But overnight they were looted, all of them, about 70 trucks carrying even medical supplies and flour and aid for the people were looted by gangs and by some of the clans belong to families in the south. But in the north, about 25 trucks were allowed into Gaza and were secured for maybe the first or the second time by families, and some say that Hamas secret police was also trying to help some volunteers securing the trucks into a warehouse belonging to the UN in Gaza, using the old mechanism of sending SMS messages to people. And we have seen in the last half an hour people queuing, very long queue of people in the front of this warehouse waiting to receive aid.
And it's because of that looting, Rushdie, that the Israeli government, we understand, has put out a new rule halting aid deliveries over the next 48 hours in order to find a way to stop what they accuse Hamas of looting the aid.
This was a very bad news for the people of Gaza, because this will worsen the already, disaster situation in Gaza. Well, I spoke to a Hamas official today about the ceasefire, but I did ask him about the Israeli decision, and he said Hamas did not involve at all in securing or stealing the aid